A single slice of this pastry tells the story of an entire nation, holding within its spiral layers the history, the geography, and the soul of Slovenia. This is potica, a dessert that is far more than just a sweet treat. It is a cultural anchor, a labor of love, and the undisputed queen of the Slovenian kitchen. To understand the significance of potica, you have to look at the name itself. It is widely believed to be a contraction of the older term, povitica, which stems from the Slovenian verb poviti, meaning to lap or to swaddle. In a literal sense, you are swaddling a rich, flavorful filling inside a delicate, yeast-leavened dough. It is a process that requires patience, a gentle touch, and a deep respect for tradition. The anatomy of a perfect potica is a study in precision. The dough is rolled out until it is nearly translucent, stretched thin enough to cover a large kitchen table. Then, the filling is spread across the surface. While the classic version features a decadent mixture of ground walnuts, honey, cream, and sometimes a hint of cinnamon or rum, the possibilities are vast. Across Slovenia's diverse regions, there are over 60 documented variations. You might find versions filled with poppy seeds, cottage cheese, or even savory ingredients like cracklings, which reflect the agricultural heritage of the rural countryside. Once the filling is applied, the real artistry begins. The dough is rolled into a tight log, a movement that must be consistent to ensure the spiral pattern is uniform throughout. This log is then carefully placed into a specialized baking vessel known as a potica. This isn't just any pan, it is a circular mold with a distinctive central chimney. This chimney is the secret to the perfect bake. Because the roll is dense and heavy with filling, the heat needs to penetrate from the center outward to ensure the middle is cooked through without burning the delicate exterior. When you slice into a finished potica, the result is a beautiful, intricate swirl that looks like a work of art. But why does this specific pastry hold such a revered place in the Slovenian identity? It is because potica is the centerpiece of the most important moments in life. It is the mandatory guest at every Easter and Christmas table, a symbol of abundance and celebration. It is often said that a Slovenian home is not truly complete during the holidays without the scent of baking walnuts and yeast wafting from the oven. It represents the hospitality of the household. Offering a slice to a guest is a gesture of warmth and welcome that transcends mere etiquette. Historically, the evolution of potica mirrors the history of the Slovenian people themselves. It has survived through centuries of changing borders and shifting empires, remaining a constant, unifying thread. It has been passed down through generations, with grandmothers teaching their grandchildren the exact tension needed to roll the dough without tearing it. This is intangible heritage in its purest form, a skill that cannot be learned from a textbook, but only through the tactile experience of working the dough with your own hands. In the modern era, while commercial versions are available, the homemade potica remains the gold standard. It is a slow food tradition in a fast-paced world. It demands that you stop, clear your schedule, and commit hours to the process of kneading, rising, rolling, and baking. It is a meditative act, a way of connecting with ancestors who performed the exact same motions in their own kitchens long ago. As you look at the cross-section of a slice, you aren't just seeing dough and nuts. You are seeing the landscape of Slovenia, the rolling hills, the dense forests, and the deep-rooted agricultural traditions that have sustained the people for centuries. It is a reminder that some things are worth the effort, and that the most meaningful traditions are the ones we can taste, share, and pass on. Whether it is served at a grand wedding or a quiet Sunday morning breakfast, potica remains the heartbeat of Slovenian culinary life, a sweet, spiral testament to a culture that values its history as much as its hospitality. When you take